What does it mean to be succeeding mentally?
When I talk about mental health, for me, I'm somebody who deals and struggles with depression and anxiety.
Mm,
And there are days where I don't want to get up, right? So there are days I just want to curl up into a ball and have nobody around me. And sometimes those days, the room feels like it's shrinking over top of me. But on those days, it's how can I get that 10%, 20%, 50% out of the day instead of doing a zero,
mm,
right? Like for me, a zero is I'm taking 5 steps back.
right.
So for me, it's so important in those moments to almost be able to turn that channel. Like your head is a TV. How can I redirect what I'm doing? For me, it's always getting in that cold tub because you have to be aware. You have to be present in that exact moment. I like learning more about myself to give myself a better chance because I know what my kids potentially are going to go through, and I want to be able to help them in any way
Mm.
that I can. I used to hate and was very uncomfortable when I would talk about my own journey with mental health. But it's who I am. During my career, I would look in the mirror and I would see somebody with a pair of goggles and a swim cap on, not somebody with a beard and a man bun and gray hair. Like I didn't see somebody with feelings and emotions.
You didn't see the human side of you.
No,
You
never.
saw the killer athlete.
Yep. The guy that went out and won a couple gold medals and broke some world records. I never saw myself as a human, no. So like for me, now I like who I am. Like I laugh at my little grays that are coming through. So like every little day that I don't compartmentalize, I don't shove things down. I'm able to talk about the things that I'm struggling with. That's a win. I've built a couple groups that, men's groups that we have. Recent article just came out. It's me, Jay Glazer, Andrew Whitworth, Mark Kerr, and Dwayne Johnson. And we're on a group chat. And it's just the banter, the camaraderie, but it's also the support, because we've all gone through amazing walks in life and been super successful, but we still struggle with depression or anxiety or some other mental illness. So for me, it's been super important to be able to have those guys that no matter what time it is, I can literally send a text. They pick up the phone and call.
Hmm.
Because the more you shove things down and compartmentalize, the more you're probably going to blow up like a volcano. So, I mean, for me, it's okay not to be okay, right? But as long as we're learning. So my journey through this mental health world is never over. But I think to be winning at mental health, it's taking care of yourself.
And it sounds like also, seeing your whole self. I think that's what's so powerful about what you just shared is I think a lot of people look in the mirror and they see themselves and they're like upset that they don't see an Olympian or they don't see someone who's got a medal or a trophy or this
Yeah.
title or that title, CEO, whatever. For you actually finding peace also means seeing your whole self and actually not seeing that side of things. You talked about seeing your beard. And so I think there's a lot for people to take from that. Like if they can actually look in the mirror and see their whole selves, that is finding peace. And to balance that with the chase of whatever it is that they want to do in life, right? That is the hard part, I find personally, is the balance of being grateful for where you are in the moment with the drive to do more and to achieve more and to chase more. And I think grateful is the right word because that's actually what pulls me to be the most present, I find, is when I'm appreciating, okay, I'm here right now. Like I'm in this room, I'm with you, we're talking about life. Like that's what keeps me centered, I find. I think gratitude is like the best balance with drive. If you just live on that dopamine cycle, and I see it a lot in my world, which is like very successful entrepreneurs and CEOs and people who are like, okay, well, I'm going to be happy when we're worth 100 million or worth a billion or worth 10 billion or worth 100. Like, and that goalpost actually never stops. Like it really doesn't stop. And they're on this dopamine cycle of trying to get to the next thing and they inevitably burn out and they use up all their dopamine thinking they're going to be happy when they get there and they're never happy. Like you have to find checkpoints, I find. For me, like a daily gratitude practice has helped. Even prayer has helped. Like I've gotten, I think, more spiritual as I've gotten more like successful or gotten to be around successful people.
Yeah, like I'm with you. Like I never grew up being super religious, but there is a higher power.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is, her name is, but there's somebody greater than me that put me here to do something great. And that's what we just have to try to do, right? And what popped in my head when you were just talking was living in the moment, like the presence. Like if, like for me, the power of now, Eckhart Tolle, that book, literally I've read it 10 times.
That's the book with the crazy cover, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's so like for me,
it's a good book.
I loved it because you can future trip, or you can live in the past, or you can live in the present, right? What's right here and now? What can I control right here and now? Right? Control the controllables is something I've lived by for a long time. Good friend of mine, dear friend of mine, Greg Harden. I spent tons of time with him at Michigan, and that's one thing that he taught me. And I think it's so important because if you focus on controlling the controllables, watch what happens.
Well, that's also a good way to remove anxiety, I think, too. If something's out of your control and you're worrying about it, well, that's not going to do you a lot of good.
Correct.
But if something's in your control, then maybe you should worry about it and you should focus on it,
yes.
right?
Yes, yes.
And there is something about, I think, action can change emotion, right? Like just doing the thing can change your state.
That's one of my favorite quotes is actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just have to do that. You have to hold yourself accountable. And
when you're in one of those days where you feel like the room's shrinking and you don't want to get out of bed, like you mentioned the cold plunging, what are other little things that you find get you through the day or get you out of that state?
Talking about what I'm going through, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And that can be with my wife, with one of my therapists. It can be with one of my friends. Like it doesn't matter. Like just getting it out or working out. Working out is something that is incredible for me. Like if I'm pissed off, I can just go into the weight room and just throw weights around, and I feel so much better afterwards. It's like it's like the Betty White commercial with the Snickers. It's like
you're just hungry.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things. It's just like like for me, like once I get through that, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm good. Journaling is something that I spend a lot of time doing, and I write down everything, like the positive stuff I'm going through, the negative thoughts that I have going through. Absolutely anything, because I like looking back and just seeing kind of where I was in life and seeing what I was going through, because I feel like you never stop learning if you're doing that. For me, like I always want to learn more about who I am and why I work how I work.
Well, that's a healthy mindset.